Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome to How to Deal with Sprayers in Chapter 3. Before we get into that though, around 52% of you guys watching are not subscribed, so if you have been enjoying the daily uploads, consider subscribing. Now, let's get into today's episode. We've all been there. We're fighting someone who does nothing but spray all the time. And for some reason, it's hard to fight him. So what are the main things you can do to successfully win against people that spray all the time? Today, I'm gonna go over my best tips and the most effective ways to beat sprayers consistently. The first and one of the most overpowered ways to counter a sprayer is using something called the door jump. This is a trick I learned a long time ago from a good friend of mine named Lodix. It's a trick nearly no one uses in competitive, yet it's highly effective. When you get pressured by a sprayer, you can simply do a 180 ramp, open a door, and jump up on your own box, getting a free shot off every single time. Trust me, after you've watched this video, the next time you play arena, a tournament, or even creative, try adapting this trick into your own gameplay, because it's honestly totally unpredictable because nobody does this. Next up, you must have patience. Patience is one of the main factors in whether you'll succeed against sprayers or not. When you see somebody that obviously is a sprayer, you have to think, okay, so this guy is hyper aggressive and he will apply pressure to me all the time. What are some ways I can easily do damage to him where he will have a hard time dealing damage back? Obviously, in my opinion, the door jump is probably the easiest way to instantly get a free shot off. But it's all about being patient, making the right angles in the fight you find yourself in, and not stressing about ending the fight quickly. If you think, I need to kill this guy quickly, you've already lowered your chances of winning the fight. Try to always have the mentality that you're gonna be the more patient player, because impatient plays often comes at a very high risk. Fortnite is all about minimizing your risk to the fullest possible extent, and to do that, you gotta be patient. Moving on, we gotta talk about timing your opponent's reloads. In Fortnite fights, it's nothing but natural that you and your opponent change who is the aggressor in a given fight. And if you let the sprayer first come at you with full force, spraying all of his ammo without hitting you at all, then you can easily time his reloads, and instantly when you hear that he reloads his gun, you can take the role as the aggressive player. And then, more often than not, you can deal some serious opening damage in that fight. What you need to understand is that sprayers very often play better aggressively than defensively. So when he boxes up, reloading, or maybe even healing, then spray as much as you can. And then you might be wondering, but what do I do when I run out of bullets? This is where reload management comes in. You have to always reload your guns when your opponent is expanding his boxes. This is where he won't have time to heal, and you can reload your guns. You want to avoid reloading your guns when your opponent is popping shields at all costs, because this resets the fight. Against the sprayer, you need to have great mats. And I know I've been talking about this in a few of my recent videos, but hear me out. Being an effective farmer in Fortnite is genuinely one of the best traits you can have as a competitive player. Having a set farming route for your drop spot will make you so much more consistent in various different aspects of the game. Because if you're fighting a sprayer and you think, oh no, now I'm soon running out of mats, then your mind will focus on the fact that you're soon running out of mats instead of thinking of the actual problem at hand, which is, how can I outplay this sprayer? Having a farming route is another thing that limits RNG heavily in Fortnite and will make you so much more likely to win your fights against sprayers. The next tip to succeed against a sprayer is to never hold a wall when the sprayer comes at you. Always have 2 layers of protection. The easiest way to do this is simply by doing a 180 ramp and holding the wall from there. Because as we all know, even if you have 0 ping this season, you can and will still get shot through walls. Another really easy thing you can do is expanding a few more boxes and building some room for yourself. Moving on with the video, I of course have to include mat switching in this video as well. Because having good mat switching when you meet someone who does nothing but spray can literally win you the fight. So what do I mean by all of this? Well, when you meet someone who only use a SMG, instantly start building your defensive boxes in metal. As you all know, this is the material in Fortnite that has the most amount of health, even when it's just getting built. Some players still think brick is stronger than metal when it's newly built, but this got changed a long time ago. So in short, when you meet someone who sprays, keep in the back of your head that you should always use metal. Or if you don't have metal, at least use brick and not wood. The last and final topic of today's video is counter spraying if you are 200 HP. Counter spraying is one of the most effective ways to win against a person that does nothing but spray. But naturally, it comes at a very big risk. So before you choose to take the biggest 50-50 of your game, you need to look at whether or not you have enough shields to recover after the fight, as well as how much effective HP you have. You should never ever take a 50-50 if you don't have 200 HP. If you have 200 HP, you are still taking a 50-50, but you are heavily minimizing the RNG that comes with it. I can also not recommend counter spraying if you are low on minis and have no big shields. But if you have 6 minis, 3 bigs, and 200 HP, it could be worth a go. And remember, if you decide to go for counter spraying, be confident and trust your own ability to win the 50-50. Guys, that is gonna wrap up daily upload number 9. I really hope you found this video beneficial and enjoyable. My name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.